today?
Oh, we're good, thanks.
Good,
How are you?
thanks.
I'm doing good. I worked out, so I feel like I've accomplished like
Yes,
Good for
girl.
you.
I love that.
one of the first questions that I have for the both of you is I really love this theme of the characters in the series finding their voice and realizing that their voice matters. And I wanted to know for the both of you, either personally or professionally, what was that moment in your life where you realized that your voice mattered?
Oh, I mean, I think I'm always discovering that. I don't know about you. I think I'm always challenging myself with that. I don't know. I don't know if you ever arrive at a place where you're 100% confident in that. I mean, we talk about this all the time. Just, yeah, it's something that I constantly have to challenge myself on, whether that's like imposter syndrome or something like that. But hopefully, as time goes on, I
Yeah.
get better. I don't know.
I think so much of that is about being, afraid to speak up. And I think, when you're younger, I certainly did. I was too afraid to kind of speak up and allow myself to be heard. And I've, certainly I think I've tackled that over the years. But I think that comes with confidence. But I was always I sort of grew up in a family where we were sort of, it was encouraged to speak up, but inevitably I think it's I think a lot of people do struggle with kind of being their voice is being heard, so and if that's what you feel the show does, then that's great.
I found out, I don't know whether you know about the phone hacking that was taking place in England from the Murdoch newspapers news group. And I had found out that I'd been someone that was hacked, and I had an opportunity to either settle out of court or take these people to court and hold them to account. And I made the latter decision and took on what felt like a very imposing empire. And I was very proud of myself for making that decision. So that was a big moment for me personally. And professionally, maybe.
Yeah, that's a killer example. I wish I had one.
I love that. Okay, you better stand up.
Yeah.
Yes. But in what way, like what are one of the takeaways or even what was one of the most challenging things to actually prepare for your roles in this series? What challenged you the most as an actor?
Well, for me, it was trying to empathize with a guy I didn't like at all. And so trying to climb inside a head that I didn't admire or respect and understand it from his point of view was the most challenging.
And for me, it was finding probably layers within the amount of hurt, betrayal, shock. How do you find the colors within essentially the same physical reaction? The knocks keep coming for Sophie. She's getting another blow each episode as the story progresses. So how do you show layers in that? And also a kind of awakening sense of self-realization. It was just a challenging thing to map out, but also I think I get very excited by being challenged at work.
Look, the show took me on a journey. Okay, I got a lot of from the series. Okay, but I mean, it deals with such a dark, a dark topic that unfortunately so many people actually go through that we don't know. And I wanted to know for you, after working on this project, like after they call wrap for the day, how do you make sure that you really take the time to really detach yourself and just give you the peace that you need?
Well,
Yes.
for me, it was, we spend these long days in windowless studios or sound stages where they would build, for example, the house we lived in, that was a set. The courtroom was a set. So you're completely without light or air. So for me, it was about just flipping that round and going out and being out in nature, seeing the sky, breathing the air, whatever the weather, just getting outside.
I did a weird thing where I listened to really scary true crime podcasts to and from work. I don't know why, because I haven't since. But maybe it just reminded me that it could always be worse than what we were doing every day, which was fun, by the way, in between the moments of seriousness.
I think with any role, it's really, for me personally, it's really important to shake it off and leave it at the door as much as possible. So otherwise you can tend to sort of, for me, it's partly reserving energy. So if I take it home with me too much, then I'm, not quite sort of the tank isn't quite full of petrol the next day.
Yeah.
So, and particularly with a subject like this, you're right. You know, there needs to be some balance of, you know, executing those really intense scenes, you know, for all of us, that all of us have to do in this, and then finding a way of finding some lightness. And we were all very sort of, you know, we all share a very similar sense of humor on this show, and it was shot during a time where we were in one of our biggest lockdowns of COVID, so we weren't able to sort of interact as much as we normally would. So when we did get those moments, they were really important, just to sort of support each other and have moments of humor, you know, just to sort of lighten, you know, the days, because of course it's not just us, it's the crew, and dealing with a very heavy subject like this, it's, you know, it's nice to get those moments of lightness.
Bake Off, Temptation Island. That's all I have to say.
Reality TV.
Reality TV, man. Yeah, go home, stick that on, just detach your brain a little bit, and then, as Michelle said, those moments of levity are really important. I found it interesting. I learned a lot about conserving my energy, when to go, when to not. It was interesting, yeah.
I'm here for the reality TV because I watch it every night before I go to bed to cleanse my palate for the day.
Cleanses the palate. Yeah. Yes. What do you watch?
Right now, I'm watching Love on the Spectrum.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
It's good. You should watch it. It just makes you believe in love.
That's Netflix, right?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
But
on theme.
it's great. Look, I just appreciate the both of you even taking time out of your day to speak to me. I really appreciate
we appreciate you.
I'm just sending so much love and light both your ways. I really hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Such a pleasure. Lovely to meet you.
Mate,
Such
you've given me such good energy. Love it. Thank you.
Bye.